I was groomed by my substitute teacher. Okay guys, this episode is going to be a tough one, okay? This is going to be a doozy because my memory from so I got into a car accident, off topic. I got into a car accident and I low-key, some of my memories of the past are just like gone. Like not gone like to a point where I can't remember them, but my memory is pretty like, it kind of goes away in an instant. So I would just like to say timeline might be mixy. Like it might be like, oh, but this happened. Okay, now back to this. Just so y'all know, because my head is not correct. Okay, my head is not correct. And you know that could be from trauma. So I was groomed by my substitute teacher. This is a get ready with me, so I won't have my microphone the whole time. But I just want to give a few disclaimers before I start. For legal reasons, I am making this shit up, okay? For legal reasons, I'm making this shit up, never existed. I don't even know who that man is. I don't even know who that man is. Now, I would like to say, before I start, while I was in the situation, I did not think I was being groomed. Now I do, but that's mostly because everyone else just kept saying I was being groomed. And when I explained the situation and stuff, everyone always says that I was groomed. And that's mostly why. But honestly, in the situation, I was kind of like YOLO. And even out of it, I'm like, I don't think that's what grooming is. So, you know, you can decide your own verdict for yourself. I've decided mine, and it's I was groomed, but take it with a grain of salt, okay? I am going to start with our meeting, but first, cocoa butter. Okay, I was trying to make that cool, and it didn't work out. Me and said substitute teacher met my freshman year of high school. So basically, sorry, I'm saying a lot because it's not like it's super hard for me to talk about. It's just like, it's a super long time ago where it's like, it's like reliving. So my freshman year of high school, my math teacher or my algebra teacher, whatever you like to call it, got pregnant or whatever, and she had to go on her maternity leave, and she wasn't going to be with us for like the rest of the year, basically. Like she wasn't going to be with us the rest of the year. This was kind of like in the middle of the year, like 6 months or something into the year. So it was like I barely spent time with her, and I spent mostly time with him. And said substitute teacher is like, he was injured from like the Marine. He wasn't injured, but he was injured, if you get what I mean. And he was like in the Marines and stuff, and he was injured, so he decided to take a side quest as a substitute teacher. And basically, like, immediately we kind of clicked. And I'm gonna like try to map out like how I was my freshman year, because I feel like it's kind of important to the topic and the situation. Because low-key, I'm not a victim blamer. I'm not, but I am a victim blamer of myself, because I kind of do put myself in situations that I probably shouldn't be in, okay? And I'm a lot better now, but my freshman year was my peak. Maybe blame the victim. Maybe blame the victim. And I don't like saying that, but so my freshman year of high school, I was very much trying to be someone I wasn't, okay? I was very much trying to be the it girl, the girl that was just super like, oh my gosh, like all the boys, all the girls love you. Like, I was trying to be that it girl, okay? I was very extroverted, very loud. I'm still very loud, but I'm not very extroverted. Like, I don't actively seek out people now, but you know, I have my reasons for that. But back then, I used to want to talk to everyone. I used to want to be getting along with everyone. Not even get along with everyone, because sometimes like I would just randomly yell at people and stuff. I was going through a lot of mental issues that we just underlying mental issues, right? Like I had an ED. It was just a whole situation. But I was actively trying to be someone I wasn't this year, and I don't like to hoot my own horn, okay? I don't. Well, I do, but like, you know, I digress. I'm trying to be humble. I am not a dumb kid, okay? Like, I just very much act like I am because that's how popular girls in movies were. And, you know, I wanted to be like them. So I'm not like stupid, okay? Like, there's a reason why I have my degree already, okay? And there's a reason why I've always been in honors, and there's a reason why I've always been in these situations. But I am the type of kid and person in general to not do something I don't want to do. Like, if there was an assignment I didn't want to do, I just didn't do it. Like, that was nothing was going to make me do that assignment. Nothing was going to make me, like, want to accomplish that, okay? But, like, he was kind of the type where it was like, you gotta do this, like, you gotta work hard, blah, blah, blah. But I think we were very, like, opposite type of people. And so together, it was just, like, a match made in heaven. Like, we, like, clicked super instantly, especially because we had a lot in common other than, like, our personalities. Like, Marine guy, and I forgot to mention, he is a young teacher. Like, he was young. He was, like, 22, I think, when he was substituting my freshman year. I think he was only 22, maybe 21. Like, he was, like, he's fresh. Like, he's a young teacher, young substitute. And, like, he gone from Marines. I'm more like, I want to party. I don't want to do my schoolwork. I don't care about algebra, because it was algebra. Like, bro, you think I'm not about to just use AI? You think I'm about to learn algebra? You think I'm not about to use all the other smart kids in the class to pass my fucking class? Like, I think y'all are missing the message here. Like, in algebra, like, cheating might as well just be like a part of the plan. But anyway, so foundation, I will tell you, I'm doing foundation next. We were like opposites attract, and at first, honestly, like, it wasn't like a situation where it was grooming. Like, everyone was obsessed with him because he was a young teacher, he's fairly attractive, and like, yeah, he's just a young teacher. And like, the only reason why I'm saying maybe like a little is on me is just because of how I was like my freshman year and like sophomore year. That's the course of this. I like older men, okay? I always have. It's always been a thing. I've always had problems with it. I like older men. But also, my freshman year, I was very much, some would describe me as a slut. I don't describe it as a slut because I never did anything those years, okay? I wasn't, like, sexually active or anything. Like, I didn't do anything. I just, like, was always on someone new. Like, it was always, like, I was always on a new crush, a new talking stage, like, it was just a whole damn mess, okay? I dated 2 people at once, you know? I was not a person back then, okay? I refuse to believe that was a real person. It's an alien. An alien invasion happened, okay? And they took over my body. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So, with older guys, and, like, especially the teacher and student thing, I very much was into that, like, concept, like, a teacher-student thing. And, like, my freshman year, this was not a problem, okay? My freshman year, it was kind of a problem. Like, you could see the warning signs, but it wasn't like, oh my gosh, like, he is grooming her. She is, like, they have something going on. Like, it wasn't super visible. It was just, like, some people would say something, but it wasn't, like, the biggest deal, okay? Me and him quickly bonded over our love for, like, writing poems because somehow this Marine guy had an artist side to him. Don't you see why I fell for it, guys? Like, don't you see? And so we would both, like, write poems. And I was easily doped, but whatever. We both loved poems, and, like, he would read my poetry and I would read his. Like, it was honestly, like, a little harmless, except for the fact that I am about to tell you what our poems always kind of had and why maybe a student and teacher, like, shouldn't be, like, you know, we shouldn't have a connection like that, because my poems were about guys that I liked, okay? And yes, I was a little bit of a whore or whatever. Like, my teacher used to call me 9th grade slut. Like, literally, like, that was my type of vibe. So yeah, I was like a little bit, but I did have actual crushes, okay? And it wasn't like, okay, so I just fell in love, like, very quickly. I just don't know how to explain that. Like, I was very mentally ill. Like, I didn't know it was a problem back then, whatever. But, like, it wasn't like I was just, like, having a crush on someone new and, like, didn't care about them. Like, it was a mental illness thing. So, basically, like, my poems would be about that. But also, like, I was starting to develop, like, sexual feelings because, like, puberty, like, bitch. And so, like, some of them would contain subject matters that were not school appropriate. Like, it wasn't school appropriate powder. Okay. So, like, some of it wasn't, like, necessarily school appropriate for a teacher to probably be reading. And I will say that. And his wasn't either. And at first, like, he didn't really show me poems. Like, honestly, like, I think at first, he was trying to be the respectful teacher, okay? He wasn't trying to be the young teacher stereotype where you and a female kid, like, get close. Like, I know he was actively trying not to do that. And so, like, at first, he wouldn't show me all of his poems because of the subject matter. But as we, like, started getting into just our, like, relationship in general, it was, like, he got a lot more comfortable showing me those type of poems and stuff. Which, honestly, like, isn't the worst, like, thing ever, because, like, a lot of teachers and students are close. Like, a lot of them are. But for that subject matter, it's like, come on, bro. Like, and it's love poems. It's like, of course you're gonna feel some type of way as a student when you and your young, attractive teacher are reading love poems to each other. Like, duh. And this was more of a problem my sophomore year, but, like, it also technically happened my freshman year. And, you know, I honestly was surprised that I honestly didn't think anything. What? Okay, I honestly didn't think anything romantic like my freshman year because I had so many other crushes. Okay, and I don't like to say that because, like, it just makes me feel bad about myself, but I did low-key like everyone at their fucking planet. So it wasn't like I was trying to date anyone. It wasn't like that, but it was just like, come on, guys, like, let's choose a lane. So basically, like, I didn't think anything romantic, but this was when his side of it probably started, because this is when he would be like, you're too good for them. Or, because, like, there was this one boy that I really, really liked. And I don't know why I liked him. I think it was more out of the fact that I was trying to be someone else. And he was, like, the complete opposite of me. Like, I used to be I'm non-binary now, but my freshman year, I went back to girl. Even though middle school, I had come out as non-binary. You know, it was like a whole damn mess. I was trying to be someone I wasn't. And he was, like, a stereotype country boy, like, he wanted to be a firefighter, all that crap, like, all that jazz. And I don't know why I liked him. I think it was just me trying to find something that would be like, I'm changing into a different person because I don't want to be me, you know? And there was just this one instance where the teacher just went like, you're too good for him. You're too good for him. And it started off small, because it started off with small things, especially with guys. Like, if I had a guy friend, it would always be like, you're too good for him. If I had a crush, it would be like, you're too good. Because I wrote about the guys that I liked, right? So, like, and I would talk about my crushes so frequently, like, almost everyone knew if I had a new crush or not. You know, it wasn't like a secret, because I never tried to keep my crushes a secret. It was just like, I don't care. And, like, he would always just be like, he would just tell me that I'm too good for them. I'm too good for them. And, you know, honestly, I feel like I needed someone to tell me that, because it was just like, I was always heartbroken. Like, I don't understand why I was so heartbroken. Like, I didn't care about those people, but whatever. And he would always be like, you're too good for them. You're too good for them. And it just started off slow. Like, it started off really slow. Now, I'll get into my sophomore year, because I feel like this is where the most evidence to other people, like, align. Because like, sure, we were really close my freshman year, but you could honestly just play it off as like two people that, like, we both write poetry, which is not super common for high school and like Marine guy. Like, that's not the common thing. And okay, I'm about to do from my Stranger Things palette, I'm about to do Mac and Dustin together, okay, on my face as blush. But like, it's not common for like high schoolers to like write poetry, and it's not common for a Marine guy to write poetry, so like duh. And we both had like a love of coffee, which, you know, the love of coffee will get played into my sophomore year. But like my freshman year, honestly, like, he was respectful. He didn't make it seem like it would ever become an issue of our relationship, because like he wouldn't like give me special stuff. Like, there was only one time where he gave me like a treat, like he would give me treats, but like you can just call that like he was just caring for me, you know? Like, he gave me like a Pop-Tart. Like, it's not like it was romantic, whatever. My sophomore year. Now this is where a lot of the evidence will align for people, whatever, like if I was groomed or not, whatever. I don't really have an opinion if I was groomed or not. It's everyone to each their own, whatever thing you conform to yourself. So basically, like, he was a substitute teacher still, right? But he wasn't the algebra substitute teacher anymore. And like, obviously I had gone a grade up. I'm a sophomore now. I'm taking different classes, and he wasn't a substitute for any of my classes, okay? And you might be like, how did you guys talk? Like, how did you guys actually, like, you know, like, start becoming, you know, whatever. So my freshman year, I would like to point out, he did not let anyone follow him on social media. Like, he would like tell them to get off, but he only allowed me to follow him on social media. Like, I was the only kid that he allowed to follow him on Instagram, while everyone else, he would be like, he would remove them as a follower. He would tell them to stop following him, whatever. Like, he did not like other people, you know, having his social media, but he let me follow his social media. And I asked him about it, and, you know, like, I just got like some basic answer, and I didn't think anything of it. I just thought I was his favorite, you know, and I was. I was his favorite. But basically, like, my sophomore year, like, we didn't have any reason we should be talking. Like, there was no reason why I should like, and it's not like we had some extracurricular or something like where it would make sense for us to keep talking, but we did, because it was either like, I think it started off mostly as him, like, if he saw me in the hallway, which he always did, like, he would find me in the hallway, tell me what class he was in, so that I could go to said class. You know, it was kind of as simple as that. Like, it started off just like as, it was kind of cute, you know? Like, I don't like to say that, like, I was pretty happy in the moment, I don't know. It was kind of cute. Like, he would tell me what class number he was in, because he wasn't like a long-term sub, like, for one class anymore, you know? He was just like, it was multiple classes, and he would just tell me what room number he was in. And it was kind of easy to find me, because like, I kind of have like, we all have the same routine, whatever, but I was a theater kid, and my sophomore year, I was always there. It was kind of really easy to find me. It wasn't like you had to try super hard. It's just like, you can find me like that. You can find me. And he would tell me what class number he was in, which I always appreciated, because I was like, okay, like, how am I supposed to find you? Like, we still did the poetry thing, but now this was when we were like actually showing each other the poems, and like even inappropriate poems. Like, especially me, like, I just had a lot of inappropriate poems, and I just feel like a teacher should have shut that down, where it was like, you can't show me these poems, because like, they were inappropriate. Like, there was a lot of inappropriate poems in there, and it wasn't a healthy thing. I think this is enough blush. I can't tell because the camera, but whatever. And he would basically just, lip stain, I'm putting this first. He would basically just be like, you know, like, it was cute. And there was one class where he was technically a long-term sub, right? And, oh, sorry. And I knew a lot of people in said class, okay? I knew a lot of people in this class. And this is when other people started to realize that it was an issue. Like, it was called, like, it was like a 25-minute, like, period. Like, it wasn't, like, a long time of this class. But I was in there every day. It was not my class. That was not the class I was assigned to. It was just a class, okay? And I was in there almost every day. He would write me passes. It was, like, this whole little ordeal, okay? And this is when other people started to catch on, especially my friends. But basically, I had a guy best friend at the time, okay? I did. And his name was, we'll call him Theodore, okay? We'll call him Theodore. I had a guy best friend, and I had a lot of guys that I still liked. I wasn't, like, shy about still having a lot of crushes and stuff. And I had this guy best friend, and I was really, really close to him, okay? And Mr. Whatever had him in one of the classes that he was substituting, and that he couldn't control the grades since he was a long-term sub. And I think as soon as he got a wind that we were friends, like, he just hated the kid. And he was honestly pretty mean to a lot of boys, like a lot of guys in general. Like, he was not, like, good to a lot of kids. Like, he was super kind to me and, like, a few other girls. Like, that's it. He was not super kind to a lot. He got in arguments with kids a lot. He would take down people's grades a lot. Like, it was a whole damn freaking ordeal, whole damn mess. Like, he should not have been given access to their damn grades because he took advantage of that. He really did. And basically, like, I would go in there every day. And since I really love coffee, this is what was a lot of people's, like, thing. I really love coffee, right? I would come in with a coffee cup every single day. I drank multiple cups of coffee every single day. He knew this. I think I even had a poem about coffee. Like, I was that obsessed with coffee. And he brought his coffee machine to the school to make me coffee every single day, okay? And then I said I wanted a mocha. Okay, it was like everything I said, he did, okay? And it was kind of cute to me because I was like, hey, thank you that you're doing all of this for me because you care about me. And, like, he got a hot chocolate thing, and so every day he would make me a coffee with coffee and then hot chocolate and then a few creamers, okay? He knew exactly how I liked it. It was just, like, super simple. It was a cute thing that he did for me every single day, okay? But this was a lot of other people's, like, first warning signs that he was grooming me, you know? And for me, it was like, I just thought it was cute. I was like, oh my gosh, he's making me coffee every day. Like, I've never had someone care for me this much. Because, like, sure, it might sound like a simple thing, but imagine a teacher doing that for a student every single day, and it's specifically for that student. It's not like it was for other people. Like, sometimes he would give other people stuff, but that's because they would press on it. Like, that's because they would be like, how come she gets a coffee and I don't? You know, like, something like that. Like, they would press on it, and, like, he would give them a coffee too, but it was for me. It was from a discussion we talked about my love for coffee, and he did it. You know, he did it for me. And my friend, I guess I'll call her Lottie. She was like there, and she would always, like, say something about it, like, especially to me, because she was like, you and him have a very unhealthy relationship. And I don't know when the unhealthy relationship started in other people's minds, but I know the coffee thing was a big thing, and the love poetry was a big thing, and also the me being there every single day was a big thing. And he was just, like, so caring for me, where other people got a lot of alarms. He had a different vibe to me and other people because, as I said, he was an ex-Marine, and he also was just, like, very uptight, very, like, stuck in his ways type of person, where with other people he would, like, he's an incel. I would like to say that he's like an incel. Like, he would get into arguments with other kids about, like, beliefs and stuff, especially, like, Lottie, because, like, they would get into, oh my gosh, this thing is poking out on me. It's, like, killing me. Okay, anyway, he would get into arguments with Lottie about, like, politics, military stuff. Like, he was under the assumption that all guys should join the Marines or military, you know, like the army. He was under that impression, and she was like, shouldn't they have free choice? And he was like, no. And it was that type of vibe. But with me, Stranger Things fans will know my reference. A lot of other people won't. Byler, okay? Byler. Mike has a different voice for Will. and this is well known, Mike has a different voice for Will. That was kind of this vibe. Like, he had a whole different thing. He would switch up in an instinct if I needed something, if I was talking to him. Like, he was like a whole different person to me versus everyone else, okay? And I think this is probably because, like, I saw his poetry, he saw mine. It's like we have a deep bond between us. Like, he would show me music that he liked and be like, do you like this song? Do you like this song? He would be like, oh, I know this, that you would like the song. You know, like, we had just those type of moments where it was just like we were connected, okay? And it's very clear that we were connected. The coffee thing was also a warning sign for other teachers as well, which I would like to say before I get into like my final evidence. The coffee thing for it was my English teacher my sophomore year, and she, at first when she saw me with a cup of coffee, she was like, okay, that's fine. But and then she started to ask me where I got the coffee from, because like I would always have a cup of coffee, and it wasn't like a cup of coffee like to go that I would bring. It was like a white cup of coffee, and it was just confusing to her, especially because like you're not allowed to go to other people's classes, so it always confused her why I was in there in the first place, like what excuse I was making, because it must have been an excuse like, oh, he's helping me with homework or something. But like he wasn't a teacher for any of my actual classes, and I was in college classes online at school, and mostly I had extracurriculars in English, so like he had no reason to be helping me with homework, you know, like there was no homework to help with. And she would just be like, so does he just make you coffee every single day? Like, is that just a thing? Because there was another kid in my class that would come from the same like class, and they never had a coffee with him, and they would just be like, so why does he make you coffee every day? And I would talk about him a lot because like we were close, like duh, I had stuff to talk about. Like, we would always be talking, we always had conversations that I would like to bring up. And this is when she started to be concerned about it. Like, you could tell all over her face. She would ask me a lot of questions about it. It was just like a whole damn mess. She never reported it or something, but I think that's just mostly because I feel like it's just hard when you're doing stuff like that. Like to report stuff. Like, I think my freshman year, or it was my sophomore year, I can't remember which one. There was a time where there was like a break, okay? There was about to be a break. I gave him a hug. The next time we came back, he had to keep the door open with me. You know, it was just those tiny things where I'm like, I'm pretty sure teachers did say stuff, and I'm pretty sure teachers did like do something, but like, I feel like schools are just so understaffed. You can't just let someone go, you know, especially without like concrete proof of something actually happening. Like, imagine someone like reporting someone and being like, he makes her coffee every single day. You know, like, it just sounds stupid. He reads love poetry with her. It sounds stupid because it's like, it's poetry. You're in school. You're writing. Like, why is it a big deal to you? You know? And she was always concerned, and I really appreciate that because it honestly helped me realize that something other than like a normal relationship was happening. You know, it helped me realize that it is a little concerning that he always did stuff for me. And before I get into my last evidence, with any guy, especially my sophomore year, he would be like, you're too good for them. But also he was actively rude to the guys I was close to, okay? Like, it was a little bit of that like my freshman year with the first guy, but like my freshman year, honestly, I just thought he didn't like him, okay? And like, you know, I feel like that's fair. Like, some teachers just don't like their students, whatever. Like, I felt like he just didn't like him because he was kind of annoying. Like, he was kind of annoying, and I was like, okay, whatever. But my sophomore year is when I realized that he actively was mean to guys that I was close to or would talk to, even if I didn't have something romantic with them, like my guy best friend. Like, sure, I had a crush on my guy best friend, but that's a whole different story. But like, he could tell that, you know, like, it wasn't romantic. You know, like, you could tell it wasn't romantic, and he still was just so actively rude to him. And I didn't want to tell my guy best friend the reason that I was like, I feel like he's rude, because he was always rude to guys that I liked. Period, point blank. Now I will get into my final evidence. I'm sorry, this is a long video. I was kind of rambling. I'm sorry. So basically, my final evidence, I think I'm gonna try purple. Okay, I'm gonna try this. Okay, So my last evidence is basically the school had a lockdown, okay? And you might be like, why is this your last evidence? Why is this your last evidence? You will see, okay? You will see, because I'm not freaking delusional, because this is when everyone else, like, people were connecting the dots already and already were telling me that they were concerned about it. But this is when people definitely were like, and this is even when I started to be like, oh, okay, I'll be right back. Hello, I am back to finish the story. Okay, my thing came off, so I'm just gonna take it off because that is terrifying, y'all. Basically, during this lockdown situation, right, he was very like, okay, the lockdown was kind of scary because we stayed locked down for like the rest of the school day. Like, this was in the middle of the day. The rest of the school day, we were locked down. Like, we were on lockdown. It was a whole ordeal because there was some kid with a knife or a gun. I don't know. Like, there was just some wild kid. And basically, like, during this lockdown situation, he was, I think it might have been traumatic for him because, like, the Marines, like, it probably was traumatic because he was going full Marine mode, okay? He was going full Marine mode. Like, he was going full, like, I have to take care of this. I have to solve this. This is my priority. Like, it was like his job to, it wasn't like the police officer's job. It was his job to get this kid, you know? And like, he would have like the kids and him, like he started scanning the hallway. You're not supposed to leave the room during a lockdown, okay? You're not supposed to leave the room. You're supposed to stay in. And he would like exit the classroom and like try to like find the kid. Like, it was just a whole mess, right? But the reason why this was evidence to other people was because while in traumatic state, while in this mode, he still had such a he would drop anything for me mentality, okay? Not for anyone else, okay? Everyone else was on their fucking own, okay? Everyone else, he was like lashing out at, like, he was just being a whole damn mess, okay? He was like, we have to protect whatever, like, he was just being a mess, right? But the second I would say anything, he put down everything and do it for me. Which for a lot of kids was like, how is he in this state? Like, it was clearly like he was in a traumatized state. Okay, that's to me what was clearly happening. And he would just drop everything to make sure I was fine. And I wasn't like freaking out or anything, okay? I wasn't freaking out or anything. I'm just an entitled brat, okay? I'm just an entitled brat, okay? I said that I was sleepy. No, okay, let's start with my cold. I said I was cold, okay? I said I was cold. He puts his jacket on me. First red flag, okay? I said I want coffee. In the middle of him actively trying to defend our country, okay? In the middle of him actively trying to defend whatever he's trying to defend. And he drops whatever he was doing, puts on the will voice from Mike, the will voice, and makes me a coffee, okay? Second red flag. Third red flag, I said I was tired. Okay, I said I was tired and I wanted to lay down because I didn't have like a desk there. Like, I just had a chair that was like designated for me close to his desk, you know? But I didn't have like some desk there or something like that I could sleep on or something because it was a long time that we're in that classroom. And normally I sleep in all my classes, so, you know, it low-key was my bedtime. It low-key was my bedtime. And he just, when I said I was tired, he cleared off his desk. I don't know how else to say that. He cleared off his desk and I slept on top of the desk. And I wasn't necessarily sleeping, but like, yeah. And anytime he was out of his little like military right, he was just talking to me. And I guess like this is the longest most of the kids had seen us together, you know, because firstly, like, the class that I was mostly in with him was only like 25 minutes long. Like, it was only 25 minutes long. It wasn't like some, okay, it wasn't some long class where it was a problem, you know? Like, it wasn't some like, hour class where we were talking throughout the whole class and he wasn't even teaching kids. It was 25 minutes. But for the lockdown, it was like 3 hours or something. And I guess this is when people noticed how close we really were, because he was doing all those small things for me. And then like any spare moment he was talking to me, like when he wasn't in marine mode. And I think for a lot of people this connected the dots, because they were like I already had people wondering why I was in that class 24/7. Like, why would I be in that class all the time with the teacher? Like, it just didn't make sense in people's head. But after that, I think it did, because it was like, oh, they're not normal. This is not a normal relationship. This is not a, this is a sweet, like, student teacher, like, she sees him as a parent type of figure. This was like, no, something was happening there, especially with, like, the jacket thing. And, like, for me, it was like he was being sweet. And I did have romantic feelings for him at this time, but he was also, like, engaged, so it wasn't like a, oh my gosh, like, I'm gonna end up with him type of feeling. It was just like, okay, like, he's cute, he does all of these things for me, like, he makes me coffee every single day, and, like, he just puts in a lot of effort to spend time with me, to be with me. Like, duh, like, you're gonna have feelings. It's normal for a girl to have feelings, like, with a guy, like, is actively, especially as someone like me, where it took me a long time to finally find people that cared about me, and finally find people that, like, gave a damn, especially with guys. Like, a lot of guys just, like, liked me for my body, or just, like, wanted something not personal, and he always made it feel personal, you know, like, he always made me feel like this was a personal thing, a personal attachment. But I think after this one, after that, it's when other people definitely started reeling into me that it was not healthy. Like, something was wrong, something was not healthy about this dynamic. And, you know, I think I low-key started to realize at this time too, just because, like, I was like, how can he be in such a state where he's actively, like, trying to be the man, you know, like, trying to be like that, and he drops everything at a spare second because I told him to, you know? Like, that would be normal if he was just, like, some teenage kid and I was, like, a teenage girl, and, like, we had a crush on each other, you know? But, like, for a teacher, it's like, why is he treating me so obviously differently? And this is when I started to realize that there was definitely something unhealthy. And even if it wasn't unhealthy on his side, it was definitely, like, on mine, it was like, I barely had crushes actually on other people at this time. Like, it was just him and me, because he made things seem so, like, I felt like he cared about me in, like, a different way that I couldn't get from someone else, which honestly I just can't. Like, I have not found that in someone else. Like, it was like he knew things about me that I couldn't even, like, wrap around myself, you know? And so I felt really special, I felt really cared for. And I honestly was like, someone asked me recently, because I was explaining this, like, again to someone, because, like, it's a story, you know, it's a story that you, like, can talk to people about. And so I was explaining this story to someone else, and they were like, were you in love with him? And I was like, that was such a gut-wrenching question. Like, oh, why would you ask me that? Why would you ask me that? But honestly, I would say yeah. Like, honestly, like, so sadly, I think I was. Especially, like, afterwards, when I started coming to the conclusion, like, oh, it wasn't normal. Because to me, it was normal, okay? And I had a lot of scenarios in my lifetime that you guys will be finding out about on this, like, get ready with me stuff, like, story times. But, like, I've had a lot of experiences where it's like, oh, that's just something people go through, you know? Like, that's just something people go through. And it's definitely not normal, and it's definitely not okay. And, like, if your teacher is acting like that, it better be, he seems like your father, or, like, she seems like your mother or something like that, and not, like, oh, this is not a parental relationship. This is like a, oh, oh no, you know, like, I cannot like put into words like, oh my gosh. And that's when I started to realize and started taking a step back. Like, I wasn't going to his class every day. He got assigned to a new classroom, and he like found me in the hallway to tell me about it like usual. And I did go, but I think this was the point where if he was alone with me, like, he had to keep the door open, you know, which honestly understandable, but I'm like pretty sure people said, like, there was a rumor going around about like him and like teenage girls, especially like black teenage girls, because there was like 2 other girls that he was like close to, but it definitely wasn't as close as I was, you know. It was still like alarming, but it wasn't like they were always like together with him, you know, like it wasn't like he singled them out, you know, like he singled me out. And like I don't even know how to describe, like, I just think like he realized the disconnect, because like I wasn't fully like, I want to be with him anymore. Like, I wasn't like, oh, I want to go to his class anymore. I wasn't actively trying to go to his class anymore. Like, he would like see me and like talk to me, but like it wasn't like I was actively seeking him out anymore. And then like, I think it finally, I don't know what actually happened, okay? All I know is what he told me happened, okay? That's it. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he was fired. I don't know if he quit. I don't know if he was forced to resign. I don't know. All I will say is that one day I'm walking in the hall. I hadn't talked to him in a long time because like I was realizing what was happening, and honestly I was trying to stop it from going further, which honestly, like, for me, doing something like that was very hard, because I used to be such a like, I need their attention. Like, I need him to be with me. And I honestly was still like that when I made the choice to separate myself from him. I think it was more like I finally decided that I wanted more than just being someone's like, I didn't want to be a cautionary tale anymore, you know? Like, I already was. Like, I already had so many situations where someone was not being respectful and they only saw me as like a girl they want to get with. Like, I already had so many tales like that where I was just like, I'm not willing to do this anymore. I'm not willing to have this anymore happen to me. And like, I just disconnected. Me and him, like, we were not like talking anymore. And it was just hard to do that, especially because I missed him so much. I like felt so alone, especially because like he just did so much for me that I didn't realize, you know, especially with my mental state. It was like I was attached to him. And I think that's more of the reason why I was like, I need to let this go. Like, I need to let this go. And he found me in the hallway. I don't know if he found me or like it was coincidence, but he found me. He was like, I got a new job. And I was like, I was very disconnected. I was like, what? He was like, I got a new job. I'm gonna work for like Amazon or something. Like, it was something like that. And I was like, oh, okay. And I just kept walking. And I could tell he wanted a hug. I could tell that he wanted me to care. I could tell he wanted me to say something. I could tell he wanted me to tell him not to go. Like, I could tell there was a lot of like, he wanted me to validate that this wasn't in his head. You know, like, I could tell it was one of those like, he didn't want to lose me. And I was just like, I tried to brush it off. Immediately when I got into class, I started crying. Like, it was just, and I was always crying my sophomore year. Like, literally, I was always crying. I can get more into it later, but I was just always crying about something or the other. Like, sophomore year, man, Diamond is a trooper, because I do not know how I survived sophomore year at all. Like, that was the worst time period of my life. Like, I don't understand how I survived. Like, that was so bad. It was so horrendous, so bad. I was going through so much. Like, I can't believe I survived that. Like, my freshman year, at least it was like the beginning stages of like the bad stuff sophomore year, but like I had a good time my freshman year. You know, I was kind of vibing. But then my sophomore year was like everything like came full course, and it was just so bad. And he was one of those reasons why I was like sitting in class crying every single day, because as soon as I realized I was being groomed, or like whatever your definition, whatever your take is, I definitely, at first I was like, well, I like him, so is it really a problem? You know, and I was really into the teacher-student thing at the time. Like, I was watching all the teen girl shows, like Pretty Little Liars and Aria and Ezra. You know, I was watching those type of shows, and it made me really obsessed with the idea of a teacher-student relationship, especially with him, because of how close we were and how much he cared about me. And it took a lot out of me to choose to step back. Like, I'm still friends with the guy that stalked me, you know? Like, I'm still friends with that guy. Like, for me to make a decision to step away from someone is so hard for me. And the fact that I did, I could not be so, like, I am proud of myself for that. Like, I'm surprised that I even was able to muster up any courage to do that, because that was a lot, you know? And yeah, I don't know. And if anyone else out there is like going through something, even if it only feels inappropriate to you and you're not sure if the other person even feels like there's something happening there, like if you're a high schooler and there's a teacher that you're really close to, it's not worth it. It's not worth it unless that teacher is literally just a parent to you. Like, my theater teachers, all parents to me. They're all parents to me. I still message them. I still talk to them. They were all parents to me. They took care of me, but not in the way that he did. You know, not in the way that he took care of me. It was more, they're more like parents. They would help me. They would try to get me on the right path. They have gotten me on the correct path. I don't know what the end game was, honestly. I don't know if there was an end game. I don't know if it was all in my head. Well, I know it wasn't all in my head, but that's just because other people would be like, y'all seem very unhealthy, because we would always be close. Like, we would always, like, I can only tell you the actual, like, stuff that happened that made me realize. But for other people, it was just our conversations, how close we were, just how we would be with each other, how, like, flirty we were, because we had a very frenemies relationship, which is honestly a telltale sign of me now, of I need to be careful, because I like this person. Like, I don't have a lot of like frenemy stuff. For me, it's like, I like that person. This is how I flirt. And we had a frenemies relationship because we were opposites attract type of vibe, and it's like, let's roll that back. And I still talk about it a lot now. Like, I really do, because I think now I'm starting to heal through those traumas, you know? Like, I still joke around about it because that's kind of how I deal with them and how I kind of express that, you know, it was something, you know? I now can, like, start looking at stuff that happened to me in high school and, like, start to actually heal from them, because, like, it was so bad for me, like, then, and like, it might have not seemed like that to a lot of people, but like, the people that were close to me could tell how bad. Like, I was crying in every single class, like my junior and senior year. Like, you could always catch me crying. Like, I was always crying, and it was usually stuff that happened in the past. My sophomore year was really bad. It's just like, let me hold your hand, little diamond, and tell you it's okay, because like, I just literally thought like all of my problems were fake. Like, I literally, because since I was younger, like, it was engraved into me that I was so dramatic, and I am dramatic, but it engraved to me that my problems were also dramatic, and I didn't see warning signs when I should have. And, you know, like, I just don't know what to do about that. And I'm so grateful to the people, like my friends and stuff, that kind of validated the feeling that something was wrong, you know? Because, like, it wasn't like I was talking to them about it necessarily. Like, I was to some people. Like, I was. Because, like, I liked him. You know? Like, I liked him. But oftentimes when I talked about him, I wouldn't refer to him as like the teacher or whatever, you know? Like I would kind of just like say as if he was another student to a lot of people. So like they didn't notice that it was a teacher until like pretty later on. And the people that did notice were like the people in the class that I was friends with, that were in that class that he was subbing for. They like noticed that it was inappropriate, and they said a lot of stuff about it. And I am grateful to those people, because it's like, honestly, like right now it would be so hard. It would be harder for me to heal, to be like, what if I was just making that up? You know, what if me, because like after he left my junior year and senior year, I was always so like, there would be random moments where I would start crying about it and start like thinking about it and be like, I miss him so much, because I missed him so much. I still do sometimes, and like it's hard because it's like I don't understand like what was going through my mind, and I don't know how younger Diamond felt. I know that I liked him. I might have been in love with him, whatever. I know that still me now has such a connection in my head to him that I like sometimes wish I could reach out. And like I could, I'm 18 now. I'm graduated. I could technically reach out. But it's like there is something in me that's like, oh, I want to be with him again. I want to talk to him again. I want to read our love poetry together. I stopped writing poetry after he left just because like it just felt wrong, because like poetry is something I love so much, and I just stopped writing it because it was just like poetry for me and him was our connection. Like that was us. That was how we first bonded. That's how we always bonded. And it was just like writing poetry after him was just like, it was just disheartening. Like it was just so hard to do. I think my senior year I kind of got back into poetry, but it was just so hard to do. It was like I couldn't even muster like my heart to do it, because I loved him, you know, like he was a lot of everything to me. I do want to end this on a happy note, and the happy note is like I got through it. I got through it. I wrote a song about him, but I haven't released it. I probably will one day, but like it's just like I got through it. It taught me a lot of life lessons. It gave me a good story to tell. He was just like, he was like a lot of me, you know. It took me like my senior year and like I think my ex-boyfriend is what really got me over him technically. But like still, I will think about him. I still will talk about it, and like I'll joke about it, because like I don't think I can ever fully heal from that. Like I can, and I will, hopefully. And it's like it just takes time, and especially because I started my healing process like after I graduated. It's just like it is so heavy. Like that, I didn't realize how heavy that weighed on me, you know? Like how heavy that situation weighed on me. And it was, to me, it's like small things, but technically that's what grooming can be, like to prepare you for when you're older. And you know, like if we were still in contact, it probably would have worked, you know, like full on. Like even with my disconnect my sophomore year to him, after I realized, like if he had reached out to me last year or something, it would have worked. Like it would have worked. And I'm like, I am so glad that that chapter is closed. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this Get Ready With Me. I'm sorry that it's such a long video, and I'm sorry that it's so like disheartening. Like it's not fun and games all the times, and I'm sorry, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Please make sure to like and subscribe. I probably will be having a different type of video next week, but then the week after that I'll have another Get Ready With Me with another story time. So I hope you enjoyed. Bye, diamonds. To heaven.